Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Disconnected Esports Open 2024. My name is Harry, or Harry Cast, and I'm joined here by the always handsome, the always lovely, the always kind, scary Drop Bear. Scary, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the show. We have some special Overwatch coming up.
Thank you, my friend. I'm doing great. I'm excited for day one of the Disconnected Esports Open 2024. We have got some amazing matches coming up tonight. We have got heaps of sponsors, heaps of prizes, heaps of giveaways, lots of exciting stuff coming up. Harry, did you know that it's the 6-year anniversary of DE?
Oh, that's a very special occasion. Yeah, it's a long time of Disconnected, isn't it? They've been around since I started playing in the scene. Scary. That's incredible.
6 years is a long time for any organization, and it's not only us that are excited about it, it's also the community, because for the 2024 Disconnected Esports Open, we've got 20 teams in this event, and we've got 140 players that have signed up.
Yeah, I mean, that's just huge. That's a massive amount of community support, a massive amount of players, and a huge amount of Overwatch to play as well. Scary, but they're not just playing for any old things here. We have some amazing prizes to give out. That's right. First place will be taking 250 Australian dollars, as well as 550 Quokka mousepad vouchers, as well as the team MVP getting their own custom PC. Second place will be taking home $150 and $550 Quokka mousepad vouchers. And then third place will be taking home $100 and $520 True Apparel vouchers as well. In each stream, we're going to be picking the best player of the day, and the player's going to get their own premium Overwatch Battle Pass. Scary. Those prizes are incredible, and we have some really cool sponsors to thank for that.
We do, and I mean, the first place MVP on the team wins a custom PC. That's a massive, massive prize. Not only do the players involved, are they fighting for those top 3 places and winning those prizes, but we also have stream prizes to give away. So make sure you check out the DE Twitter and enter that. We're going to be giving away prizes each one of these 5 days. Today, we're going to be giving away one premium Overwatch Battle Pass. Make sure you get ! giveaway to enter that. We're going to be giving that away towards the end of the stream. And over the next 4 days of the event, we're going to be giving away even more stuff. More battle passes. We're going to be giving away so many peripherals. Logitech have thrown in a couple of gaming mice. We've got headsets from Corsair. We've got keyboards from Logitech, a Cooler Master keyboard as well, and also a DE jersey, which is going to be given away on Gleam. So make sure you check out the Twitter link and enter that, because get your entries in, because those are going to be giving away every single day as we go through this event. But today, we're going to be giving away the premium battle pass to one of you guys in chat. So make sure you enter.
Yeah, and like we said, these prizes, they have a lot of different sponsors behind them as well. Earlier in the broadcast, so we're going to actually introduce a couple of our sponsors here. The first one is the always ever reliable Quokka mousepads. That's right, the OCE-based mousepad vendor is back to sponsor another Overwatch tournament. They will allow you to purchase from a pre-existing range or upload your own image onto the mousepad. They have a variety of sizes. You can create your own. I have my own Quokka mousepad that I showed off the last time that we had the pleasure of being sponsored by them. And throughout this entire event, you can enjoy a 25% discount by using the code DEO 2024. Scary. That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Not only are the players fighting for it, but also the stream giveaway. So just watching and hanging out and entering those, you can be part of it. You can win the same prizes that the streamers, that the players today are going to be able to win, or this event as well. The second sponsor that we have is BC Custom Computers. They are going to be giving away the custom PC build for the MVP of the first place team throughout this entire event. BC Custom Computers is an upcoming new PC business based out of Queensland. You can buy individual PC parts, ask them to build it, save yourself the hassle. They'll put it together and send it to you, take out all the hassle of the cable management and frees up your time. For DEO 2024, they've provided us with several goodies, the custom PC place, and also some of the peripherals that we're going to be giving away during the elimination days, which will be the last 2 days of the event. Today is day 1. The first 3 days are going to be seeding in a Swiss-style bracket, so there won't be any teams eliminated these first 3 days, but these games are very important because they are fighting for that top seed spot so they can express towards the end of the elimination. You really want to get these rounds in these first 3 days. Otherwise, if you're the bottom seed, you're gonna have to verse the toughest top seed. You won't get any buys. It's gonna be a real struggle to get there. So these first 3 seeds, very important. But during the elimination, that's when some of these big prizes are going to be giving out on the last 2 days of the event, Harry.
Yeah, and speaking of big prizes, True Apparel as well has been a long-standing partner of Disconnected for quite a while now here, Scary. And they have a range of merch for your clothing needs, from athletic gear, streetwear, and more. The store has so much variety in it. And they're providing us with 5 $20 vouchers for the third place team. And as we said earlier, if you want a DE jersey, make sure you enter the giveaway and get it customized with your own game tag. That's right. If you go and check out the Gleam giveaway over on the Disconnected Esports Twitter page, you can get yourself some of your own little Disconnected Esports merchandise and custom apparel.
Yeah, and you've got until the grand final on the last day to get entered into that jersey giveaway. So make sure you check out the Twitter. You've got 5 days to do it. It'll be given away just before the grand final on the last day. But our last sponsor, who made Overwatch, Harry? It's Blizzard. It's Blizzard. And Blizzard ANZ are always involved. We've got 5 battle passes to give away throughout this event for chat and also for the players. So if you don't have a battle pass, Blizzard is giving away 5 during these seeding matches. So keep an eye out for those giveaways as well. Get yourself a free battle pass. I think, Harry, the first game is about to start.
Yes, we are going to be going in very, very shortly. Let's quickly, while we're waiting for that to go into as well, discuss very quickly the first map here, Scary, because tonight we're going to be starting off on Lijiang Tower for our control maps.
That's correct. The first game of the 3 seeding days to start with are going to be control, and they're going to change every day. The first one today is going to be Lijiang, and like normal, whoever loses the first map gets to choose the second map, and the second map is going to be a hybrid. They have a choice out of the hybrid maps, and the winner will get to choose which side they go on. So the first map coming up will be Lijiang. We have the teams just about to jump into it. We haven't even mentioned the teams yet, Harry. It's AP Lom Tiger and Avoided OCE. This is going to be a very competitive, strong match to kick it off with. We are seeing some interesting team comps on the side of AP Lom Tiger, Harry.
Yeah, that's not the support lineup I expected. The Lifeweaver and the Brigitte. Lifeweaver, pretty survivable. It does a lot of healing, but has not a lot of utility, really, Scary.
Yeah, the quality of life change on Lifeweaver has been so much fun, and you're seeing them play it a little bit more. We do know that AP Lom Tiger prefers dive-based heroes. We're not seeing too much of those coming out at the moment. We've got that Ashe, that long range from Getchapin, able to do that long-range dots damage with the Dynamite as well. However, we do have res on the Diva to matrix that. We see the wall coming out early, poking around. Ramatra is now antied and going in pretty deep now.
Yeah, there is that Annihilation form trying to move forward. It's going to be Fod Carry who takes down House with that Mei right click. Extremely powerful right clicks coming out from the Mei. And it's going to be a straight disengage coming in here from Avoided as they try and move away, not stagger out here, Scary.
Yeah, AP Lom just have so much sustain. That wall, that Mei, the Brig as well, the Juno with the speed. It's going to be really tough for Avoided to get in here. They're just poking around the corner. That Mei wall isolating the Diva fantastically.
Yeah, Rez manages to back away, but it's not going to be enough here for Ablom Tiger as they try to go forward again. Once again, Fod Carry with a right click takes down Don, but Gazen gets taken down, and now Diego trying to keep their Diva alive. Flo taking down Nuka means that Avoided OCE, they're still within this fight. It's a little disengaged at the moment as we see Flo going over towards the point here, but now the fight begins. It's going to be Sugar getting extremely low, using that power block just to try and stay alive, but being surrounded. The Ramatra is only long for death at the moment. Now we see Don just trying to get back, Nuka, sorry, just trying to get in and stagger out, but it will be Avoided OCE who come back strong at 6 points.
Yeah, great patience there from Avoided OC. Flo doing so much work in the backline on that Tracer into the team comp of AP Long. Very difficult, but still managing to find the supports and even the Ramatra of Sugar. Now AP Long are going to have to reset before they come in. Fod Carry already has that Mei Blizzard, which is going to be shut down that point. Hopefully, Rez might have the opportunity to eat that. The Nano coming on the Diva.
Yeah, there was an anti-nano that went onto the Ramatra there as well. Already has to use a lot of their power block. There's the speed ring being used as well. All the resources from Blom Tiger here have been utilized, but Flo's been caught out on the side. Nuka on the Juno taking down the opposing Tracer. It's a huge anti-nair that comes through, and now the Orbital Ray has to be displayed here just to try and keep the rest of the team alive. It was also the duplicate from House and the Blizzard coming out too. Both sides just fighting tooth and nail, trying to make some progress here, but the rally at the moment means that Blom Tiger actually have a lot of positioning on the point here. Fod Carry, once again with the right click, takes down House. The Echo from the side of Avoided has not had a really safe time at the moment. Flo getting extremely extremely low, and Rez as well, falling very low, has that self-destruct, uses it to try and get back into their mech, will be able to do so, and for the time being, the point has stayed in Avoided's favor. Low though, gets too low, stays for a little bit too long, gets taken down, the point flips in favor of a Blom Tiger, and now Avoided, they have to try and get out without being staggered here, Scary.
Yeah, Don getting picked off by Sugar at the end there, unfortunately. We see Flo swapping onto the Cassidy immediately. Nope, onto the Hanzo. There we go. Sugar now has their Ramatra ultimate and also a Bob from Gumption on that Ashe. With these team comps, when it takes so long to bait out all those cooldowns, we saw like a 60% team fight there. These are not quick engages. There comes the Bob immediately.
Yeah, but Bod Carry goes down first. It's going to be a rush that gets onto Diego here, Gazen, as well as Sugar, taking down the Brigitte there. Rez falling as well. It should be a fight win here for a Blom Tigers. They move up to 67%, and this could be last fight territory here, Scary.
Yeah, looking at last fight territory, we're about to have Nuka's Orbital Ray on that Juno, and Sugar still has that Ramatra with the rally on Gazen. That's going to be so much sustain and damage on the point, which Avoided are going to have to contest 80% now for AP Long Tiger on the first point.
Kiva's already moved across the point here. Rez now is the recipient of this nano boost. The anti-nade onto Sugar was really, really good. They fall without being able to use that. And it's a straight disengage coming out from a Blom Tiger. They want none of the smoke right now.
Great discipline there. And Sugar not investing that ult yet. Has been had that Ramatra ult since the first fight, still holding on to it. AP Lom Tiger about to have 4 ultimates here to just dump on the point. We do have the Juno ult from Don on Avoided OCE and also the duplicate. And look at Flo, already got that Hanzo ultimate online. That's going to be able to zone off the point a lot. This is going to be a very intense last team fight here.
That's a big pick. There's a Dragon Strike coming out as well, taking down Nuka. This fight is already Tiger, but they have to invest. It's the last fight. Annihilation coming out now, trying to chase down the rest of the team, but are really unable to find anything. The orbital strike coming up there from Don, keeping the rest of the team alive. Sugar will fall. The Blizzard doesn't really connect onto anything except for the duplicated house. Rez takes down Gazen. There's a sleep dart onto Fod Carry. Flo with a headshot takes down Garchapin. The overtime wick will burn down, and Avoided will take point 1 of map 1 here, and that was a dominant, not really a dominant showing, but a really nice showing there from Avoided as they showed some adaptability coming through.
Yeah, they did. Flo swapping onto that Hanzo was really good. We know of those recent changes, Hanzo's one-shot has come back, and just getting those long-range picks onto the Ashe really opened it up, and also taking out Nuka's Juno and AP Long was absolutely devastating. They were really looking to engage with that with the Ramatra ultimate, and they just weren't able to get that orbital ray online because of Flo's picks there. Sticking on that Hanzo, that long-range sniper, we see Gachapin swapping onto the Venture. Very, very brawly comp. If AP Long get close the distance and get into the face of Avoided OC, there's going to be so much damage output, and we do not have Rez on Avoided on the Diva anymore to mitigate some of that. We have a Ramatra Mirror now, Harry.
Yeah, Ramatra Mirror is going to be really interesting. But House crucially on the Cassidy and the May pick still for a Blom Tiger here. Scary. There's the May wall coming through already, but a disengage straight away from Avoided means that they just avoid all that damage.
Yeah, indeed. And we've got House also on the Cassidy, which could be able to shut down Gachapin if they dive in a little bit too aggressively. Just poking out now, some cooldowns coming out. Sugar's Ramatra getting low, but surviving.
Yeah, Fod Carry, though, gets the right click onto House here, and with Sugar surviving, they still have all of this point presence, all of this sustain. There's the Venture from Gachapin trying to get onto the high ground. Fall to the Ravenous Vortex there, and now it's going to be Gachapin just chasing Don away, but Flo gets a parting gift there with the Storm Arrows, taking down Gase, and so Avoided, they could try and get back in quickly here.
Yeah, Don dropping very low, Gachapin taking them out. Now they're going to have to reset. We see Fod Carry pretty much battling the sniper of Flo. Both of them on the Hanzo and the May, almost with their ultimates online. And Diego with that lamp is going to be able to survive some of those dives from Gachapin, but they're coming back in now to engage, and they do have the May ultimate almost online.
Immortality field already forced out. Fod Carry once again with a right click takes down House, and now it's just going to be Sugar trying to punch onto Diego here, who's on the back. There's the Ravenous Vortex being used with the Blizzard as well. Rez is no longer right for this world. Diego falls as well, and that's going to be a Blom Tiger once again winning this fight, and they're looking really good in this Brawl Mirror.
They are. That's so difficult to survive that when you've got a Venture and the passive healing from the Brigitte and also the speed boost from Nuka's. Dragon Strike to enter here. Perfect Maywall, Harry.
Yeah, it's a great Maywall to stop any follow-through there, but Flo still manages to find a headshot there with the Sonic Arrow. Takes down Nuka as well. Both supports from Tiger. Former Flo gets 3 in this fight as the Hanzo from Avoided OCE. 4 kills will break their way through a Blom Tiger's defense, and finally, some percentage will tick up.
Yeah, what consistency we're seeing from Flo, just hitting nothing but headshots and getting those early picks before they can invest their ultimates on AP long. However, that does mean this next fight, they do have the Brigada Rally, the Venture, and also the Ramatra ultimate, so they're going to be trying to speed boost in with Nuka's Ray, although DEO coming out with the Matrix.
Amplification Matrix does a lot of chip damage there onto Sugar, but now it's the rally coming in from Gason. They're trying to push past the Amplification Matrix here. There's the Annihilation being used. Utilized extremely well to try and keep House alive, but they cannot do enough to stop the Venture ultimate from coming through and finishing off House. Diego and Rez will fall to Sugar, and that is going to be a Blom Tiger coming back with a vengeance and securing this point for now.
Indeed, and because they got picked so early on that last fight, they saved those ultimates, had to invest all of them to win that fight, but now they're at 70% once again. Avoided do have Flo's Dragon Strike on the Hanzo, and also the May Blizzard to shut down the point if they need it. It's 80%. They're going to have to take this point if they want to make it 1-1 in this Li Jung.
That's a good May wall there. Stopped the progress of Avoided for a little bit, but they've also had to use the punching form as well, so they don't have that available right now. It's just poke and disengaging. Dragon Strike comes out through the left-hand side here. Blizzard online for House, looking for the perfect opportunity to try and lay that down. The May wall comes in, no, but it's Flo who will find the pick onto Gason once again. The Hanzo from Avoided OCE has been an absolute menace to the support of a Blom Tiger. Now it's going to be Rez trying to push through the Ravenous Vortex, getting onto the rest of a Blom Tiger, but it looks like it's just going to have to be a disengage here. But Nuka gets staggered out without their Juno there. They have to really fully back out of this fight, Scary.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit staggered here, but it's okay. It's only 50% for Avoided OC. They will have time to recontest, and they will be able to recontest with that May ultimate and also the Juno ultimate. When AP Long Tiger are just speed rushing into you, they just run past that Matrix. Diego has it online once again, but they're just going to run past it with that speed. Unless Sugar gets taken out. Flo, so consistent, Harry.
Absolutely perfect timing on the Amplification Matrix there from Diego as well, and Flo followed up perfectly. It's going to be a straight disengage from a Blom Tiger, but they're still holding onto their ults.
Yeah, really good aggressive positioning from Avoided OCE. They've chipped away a lot of time right now. Now they're at 80%. AP Long Tiger are going to have to get into this point very quickly. Look out for a Juno ult incoming as well. Great May wall.
Yeah, it actually corners off the rest of the team from the Blizzards there, and they use their own Blizzard. It's Casto taken down as Bod Carry just tries to stay alive using that Icicle Crash. Tectonic Shock comes through, does a lot of damage, but they can't secure any kills, especially own Orbital Ray. Now it's going to be Rez using their own Annihilation, trying to move forward, but the rally comes through, stuns up the Ramatra, and now it's going to be Rez having to try and retreat, get away from Sugar, who's trying to chase them down. Gachapin in the meantime manages to find Flo with a Drill Dash. Mega Health Pack grabbed here from Rez, but Gachapin on the point is just causing absolute pandemonium right now, cleaning house as we see the Tracer of House getting taken down, and it should be just staggers coming through here for Avoided OCE. The Blom Tiger should take point 2.
Yeah, swap it onto the Kiri and the Tracer to get there a little bit quicker. The Dragon Strike from Spawn, not enough, unfortunately. Great job there from AP Long Tiger. We saw the answer there. Flo, once again, very, very consistent on that Hanzo, getting those opening picks. But when AP Long Tiger have those ultimates and they have that, they can coordinate them together, that is just so difficult to sustain, even if you have the lamp, because AP Long Tiger can just use that speed boost. And what do you do with a full cooldown Ramatra, a May, a Brigada in your face? So difficult. We do see Gachapin swapping onto the Ash for this last point, and we see House on Avoided OCE onto the Echo. So a little bit more verticality in that flying, especially if Sugar, the tank on AP Long, gets to half health. That laser is going to be very important because the sustain is crazy with Gazen's passive from Brigada. But Gachapin onto the Cassidy instead of the Ash. That's going to be looking to shut down House, but House already almost on 20%.
Yeah, it's a nice anti-net there, almost stopping the rotation. There's the pouncing coming in from the Diva to try and get onto Gachapin, but they do manage to get the Cassidy over towards the point. Now for Avoided, you have to try and crack the code here. You have to find a way onto point.
Yeah, lots of poking, just waiting out the cooldowns. When both these teams have got all their cooldowns, it's so difficult. May already coming out with their cooldowns.
Yeah, it was a great anti-nade to force out the ice block, and now Gason just gets chased down there by Rez. Absolutely deleted by the Diva.
Yeah, Diva getting nerfed. You wouldn't have thought it, would you?
Rez trades out with their mech here, but Bod Carry goes down. House taken down there from Sugar as we see Gachapin just trying to find some space here, trying to get these picks. But now with the anti-natal Sugar, they're so low. The Remaster's just trying to hide, but Flow eventually finds them around the corner there. Rez still alive as a baby D.Va. Now comes back in with the D.Va mech. Gachapin is going to fall, and that should be avoided. OCE taking the point. The 25% built up for a Blom Tiger.
Oh, and the stagger's coming out as well. That D.Va is just so fast, doing so much damage. The Mei is going to get staggered here too, buying extra time. Not falling though. Oh, there we go. But Diego getting dropped. The Ana is now down on avoided OCE. Aplong can respawn fast here and probably get back before the Ana.
Yeah, should be able to. Lots of ultimates online here for avoided as well, Scary.
Yeah, that Deadeye is probably going to be looking for House's Echo the second they fly up into the air. Avoided have got 5 ultimates online. Aplong almost have 5 as well. There's the Deadeye coming out early.
Yeah, Dragon Strike as well, though, shutting down the sight lines that Gachapin had. In fact, Rez just chases down Gachapin, and once again, the D.Va getting on top of the Cassidy and finishing him off. There's the Nano Boost that goes onto Rez. Jason falls. Blizzard, though, catches on to Flo and onto Don, as well as Diego, and that is going to be possibly a fight-turning ultimate, but they still have to try and clean up here. There's the duplicate coming out from House just to try and secure this fight here. I mean, the 2v1 should be impossible here for Pod Carry to get out with their life and turn this fight around.
Yeah, very unfortunate from Fod Carry. What an awesome Mei wall, and catching 2 in the Blizzard. We've got the Juno ultimate coming back for avoided OC and the D.Va bomb, but that is going to be battling Gason's rally on an Aplong Tiger and also the Ramatra and the Juno ult. So this is going to be a big ult fight. Avoided is at 70% on this point already, just poking out, trying to find an entry Aplong. Great antis all the time from Diego.
That's 4-man anti from Diego right there, but it won't make a difference. Gets taken out first. Bod Carry, though, traded out. The Annihilation, though, finds 2. And Sugar guides their team to capping this point. And just in time as well, as 81% was built up there for avoided OCE.
It was, and we've got the rally on the side of Aplong to come back and recontest this, but we have Rez with that bomb. If they can get a good D.Va bomb on someone out of position, that could turn the fight now. Aplong have got 40% on the point. They might use the speed boost from Nuka's Juno and the rally to engage, which is going to be really difficult. Gachapin dropping a little bit low there, but able to sustain, poking out. There's the rally incoming.
Yeah, rally comes in, but Red's already found Gachapin, so they're without that Cassidy, they're without that damage, but Gason chases down Flo there with the Ramatra as well, and now we see a Blom Tiger trying to get into position, but another huge nade from Diego means that they have to try and disengage a little bit here. They don't have the healing available. Now they get back onto the point. The fight is going to break out a little bit here as Jason goes through, takes onto Diego. Gachapin coming back into the fight, gets the headshot onto House, taking down the Echo and onto Don as well. 2 in this fight here for the Cassidy, who finally hasn't been shut down by the D.Va. There's a self-destruct just to try and get back into mech here. The target's taken out here, Scary.
No, 80%. This is last fight territory to decide who's going to take Li Jiang. Flo with the Dragon Strike once again. D.Va back into the mech, using that Matrix. Mei blocking off one of the choke points, forcing them through. Deadeye coming out.
Yeah, but a Dragon Strike takes down 2. Flo may have just cracked the code here for avoided OCE. Blom Tiger may have just fallen to pieces in the dying moment of this map. Sugar, though, trying to keep their hopes up and dreams alive of winning this map. Almost have their punch fall back online, but Flo takes them down. Red's found 2 in the meantime, and that is going to be the point flipping over. 81%. They have to try and get back in quickly, and Gach has already made the emergency swap.
They do, and Nuka swapping to the Lucio, deciding to go back to the Juno. Will they even be able to get recontest here? Avoided are pushing up so aggressively. Fod does have a House taking out Gachapin. That is brutal. Fod ignoring the Blizzard, swapping onto the Sombra to try to get back in touch. They might be able to touch. The Juno's getting close. It's going to be real close, Harry.
They just get there. The overtime wick is going to start burning down now, but Nuka has already been taken out, so they're without a healer here, building up towards their annihilation, but they need to try and stay alive. And with Geisen getting chased down there by the D.Va, it may be impossible. But Bod Carry manages to find Flo. The duplicate from House manages to get onto the back line here, though, and this is a lot of pressure being put onto Geisen, finally being taken down. The annihilation as well from Sugar is there. Red taking down Bod Carry with those micro missiles. House manages to disengage here, now taking the 1v1. In the meantime, on the point, we know that Sugar is still there, trying to keep themselves alive. House in this 1v1 manages to just trade out with Gachapin here. Sugar still on the point, finally taken down, and that is going to be avoided OCE, taking map 1.
Great job from avoided OCE there. Like we said at the start, a caster prediction actually coming true. What a strong and competitive battle for our first map and our first 2 teams. I think we have to touch on Flo. Once again, Flo was getting those early picks on that Hanzo, winning those team fights before they almost started, to be honest. And that Dragon Strike at the end, Harry, zoning off the team and getting 2 kills, that was devastating for Aplong.
Oh, it was. It was absolutely the fight-winning ultimate there for avoided OCE. They managed to get themselves back point. They managed to actually find a way through and taking down, especially a healer, the Juno, to going down to a Dragon Strike just shouldn't really be happening there. But it was a great first map, and if that's something that we can see throughout the rest of the series, this may be an absolute banger of a game, Scary.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. We do have that fourth map tiebreaker if we do need it. These first seeding matches of the first 3 days are best of 3, first 2-2. So that is Lijiang Tower, the first map, going in favor of avoided OCE. Aplong Tiger are now able to choose the map of their choice. The next map pool is hybrid. So Aplong Tiger will have their choice of Numbani, Kings Row, Eichenwald, or Hollywood. Now, we've seen relatively similar, slight differences, but kind of almost a mirror comp in some aspects. So, out of those 4 maps I mentioned, Harry, who do you think Aplong Tiger is going to choose here?
It's really interesting to see because I think that they need to stick towards forcing Avoided onto that brawl style position. I think that if Avoided are able to play the D.Va, D.Va is such honestly, it's in such a powerful state at the moment, especially with that Juno and that Ana composition. It's really hard and really oppressive to try and break down if you're not going to play a D.Va of your own. If you're wanting to run this Ramatra, you need to find some way to force Avoided away from the D.Va. And so I think you're going to go with more of that closed-in map pool. And I think that means that you're probably looking towards Kings Row.
I agree. Out of those 4, Kings Row is pretty much the only one that's got those tight choke points. The other 3 maps have got so much high ground, which is where D.Va is going to thrive. And if Sugar on Aplong Tiger wants to stay to that Ramatra, they want those close choke points, those tight pathways that Kings Row does offer, and not a high ground where that D.Va can just dive in, dive out, especially with the speed that we've seen from Juno. So I would suspect we see a Kings Row if they are going to prefer to stay towards that Ramatra style brawl as a team. And we didn't see them swap off of that tank. We did see Avoided OCE swap off of the Ramatra, a little bit of mirror swap from the Ramatra onto the D.Va. Both were being very effective there, and it gave them the win.
Yeah, it did give them the win. And I think it's more because D.Va is just such a good hero. Like, you're able to put so much pressure onto the backline, Gary, and it just meant that there was really no hope for positioning from the side of a Plum Tiger. And Avoided OCE, they just kept capitalizing, especially with Diego landing the massive nades they were landing. I think I counted like 4 or 5 4-man antis that just set the fight tempo in favor of Avoided, rather than letting a Blom Tiger actually try and position it and get ready to go aggressive, because every time they wanted to go aggressive, they were anti-nated, they couldn't heal, and they were just getting rolled over by a D.Va speed boosting into their backline.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single team fight where they didn't land an anti onto the team there. And that last point where Aplong Tiger were looking good, the reason was because they isolated the D.Va. They were bullying the D.Va on the side, and that allowed the Cassidy to get a couple of picks because the D.Va wasn't there to mitigate. So if they keep with that strategy and try to isolate the D.Va, maybe with a wall, or maybe just focus them out of that mech, then they can't mitigate the hit scan of their DPS. And we saw them get those opening picks there. Not enough to overturn Avoided OCE's positioning and ult advantage in the end there. But we are seeing more of a hero pool depth and a willingness to be flexible from Avoided OCE. They're not afraid for the Ramatra. They're not afraid to swap the various DPS characters. But Aplong Tiger, pretty comfortable in the hero choices and sticking with it. We'll have to see if they decide to be flexible or change it, or just force their own play style and just keep at it. Because even though Avoided took that map, it was a 3-point map. It was very close, 99-99, almost all 3 points. So I wouldn't say that they are desperate to make adjustments here.
Yeah, well, you'd think so, but we see, or we just heard in our ears, we just had it whispered in our ears that we're going into Hollywood, Scary, which was not the map I expected to be heading towards here.
Interesting. The second point, especially with that high ground, D.Va is just going to sit up there, up and down. Juno with the mobility as well. We might be seeing a battle for the elevator, to be honest, Harry.
Yeah, I agree. I think high ground is these matchups, right? And you can't just let Avoided sit on high ground with a D.Va and then drop back up. Like you said about Numbani, it's just way too oppressive.
Yeah, and if they want to stick with that Ramatra, they're going to have to find a way to find an opening and to get up onto that high ground. We see Rez on the Winston. We haven't seen that yet. A little bit more dive. We do have both sniper characters from House and Flow on the Hanzo and the Ash. Seemingly, the Winston would be a little bit alone there. Oh, we are back to the lobby. Back to the lobby, Harry.
We've been baited. That's exactly what it is. We have been absolutely baited by the lobby officials. You know what? That's fine. That happens sometimes. We sometimes will get a little bit baited. It's what we call OCE production. In fact, we might even be getting a map change going on. So I don't know what's happened there. We are going to King's Row.
Going to King's Row instead. Maybe they're listening to the amazing advice from these professional casters, Harry. Maybe that's what I think. King's Row fits much better into Aplong's team comp. They don't have to swap, worry about high ground, especially those tight choke points. The Ramatra and the speed of when they engage, it's just so much damage output. We saw Diego on avoided OCEs on the support swap to that Baptiste to try and have that lamp to try and survive. Even with the Matrix, Aplong Tiger were just pushing through it extremely fast. And we have seen Aplong Tiger run the Venture, run the Ramatra, run the Brig. When you just sprint into them, especially on the second point on Kings, there's so many little choke points, there's so many little corners. If you just sit behind it as a ball and just W key, there is so much damage output, especially when you've got maximum cooldowns. Not heaps of opportunity to poke out and to eliminate those cooldowns before you engage in the team fight. So I think this is a great choice from Aplong Tiger. I think it fits into their team composition, and we'll have to see what avoided OCE decide to run. Interestingly, that we saw the Winston and the Doom swap in spawn there a little bit, maybe just showing off the depth of the hero pool. But yeah, King's Row, Harry.
Yeah, King's Row, a classic map. I don't think any King's Row. Everyone knows King's Row. Everyone knows what it's about, and we're seeing the Winston coming out here from avoided OCE, and honestly, that's fair enough. Winston is pretty popular on this map.
Oh, for sure. Winston is always a staple in the tank, roster, and especially because Avoided are attacking here. So they have chosen to attack on King's Row, which gives them a lot of flexibility. They're going to be able to see what team comp Aplong Tiger is running, and then if Winston doesn't work very well into them, they can just die and change their characters immediately. They can just swap to the counters, take that first point. They really have the advantage on the versatility of swapping the characters back and forth here. We see double sniper, Flow onto the Widowmaker, looking for an early pick. The Aplong Tiger really want to sit behind Sugar's Ramatra shield here. They don't want to be exposed, and Juno's going to be careful not to fly up in the air too much. Taking some early positioning. We see Aplong Tiger playing very, very passive behind the hotel, not letting an opening for the Widow pick. House is now on to the Hanzo, already on 20%.
Yeah, and House is taking a fair bit of damage, though. It's just going to be positioning here, coming in from Avoided. But Bod Carry, once again, with those right clicks, has just done so much damage. Sugar takes down House with those punches there, but goes into the bubble, so they can't be healed. Don finishes off the Ramatra, and with a respawn advantage, Avoided OCE, they look like they're in a good position, but Don gets staggered out a little bit.
Yeah, that respawn advantage is going to come in play here a lot. Dude, Fod Carry is actually sniper battling every sniper carry. Those right clicks on May are being so accurate right now. We just see Aplong Tiger being very passive right now, waiting for those respawns. Sugar onto the Diva. That's going to be able to mitigate so much of the damage. Those right clicks from Fod. Also, Gachapins, Cassidy. All Widowmakers in trouble here. Flow taken out from Sugar.
Yeah, Flow finally going down there. They live for a little bit there from the Diva as Bod Carry makes their way into the back line here, taking down Diego on position and finished off by Sugar. And Aplong Tiger, with this Diva now, they look pretty comfortable still.
Yeah, they do indeed. Good to see the versatility. Diva is just so strong, and that mitigation is so powerful. We do have Flow off of that Widowmaker onto the Cassidy, give them a little bit more survivability, not let Sugar all in dive them. They're still going to get mitigated, but if they can hit a nice flash on an entry, they could take someone out early.
Yeah, I mean, they take out someone extremely early here. It's going to... And now they can't really push in. They don't have the damage potential there, and Rez has already used their punch form as well, so they have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, and Fod Carry is doing so well on the May. Those walls are perfect every time. Isolating players, those right clicks, sniping, doing great. We see House swapping off. Now onto the May mirror. Blizzard coming out, freezing the players. Sugar taking out Diego. Main healer is down for Avoided. Diva Bomb coming in, not catching anybody. House taken out as well. We've got 3 more ultimates on Uplong if they decide to use it. Gazin taking out House. We're seeing a real battle of maze here. We know how powerful that wall is on this first choke point. The first person that walks through gets Maywalled, so they've really got to wait to bait that out before they engage.
Yeah, they really do. You're 100% correct. There's going to be the orbital ray coming through, though. Flo taking down Gachapin immediately using that flashbang. The rally comes through, but the high noon from Flo doesn't find anything, but a lot of damage being put on. Don taking down Sugar means that Avoided OCE should be able to take this fight.
Yeah, guys are using the rally there to try to keep Sugar's Diva alive. Unfortunately, not getting heaps of value. Another great anti coming out from Diego. And Diego on Avoided does have that nano. Could be going onto the tank. The Ramatra once again.
Yeah, it's going to be Rez taking down Gayson immediately, but Gachapin with their Deadeye finishes off Flo, and Diego falls as well. So somehow Aplom Tiger have managed to save themselves 95% before point 1 was captured.
I mean, we're seeing FOD carry in the kill feed all the time. May is an actual sniper this game. Diego still has that nano boost on Avoided, probably going onto Rez with the Ramatra ult, but FOD carry has their Blizzard online. They already have 2 ticks on the point, 30 seconds left. Oh, the Anna's caught out here.
Yeah, Blizzard catches out Diego, but it's going to be the annihilation from the backside here as Rez flakes through the hotel, manages to take down both Gachapin and Nuka. House with a right-click finishes off Gayson, but Don has fallen as well. But with the respawn advantage in their favor and still 3 players up, Avoided OCE will be able to take point 1 of Kings Row with 2 minutes left in their time bank afterwards.
Yeah, they were cutting it close there, but they managed to cap it even in the face of Aplong Tigers ultimates there. No ultimates online for the side of the defensive team right now. But House on Avoided OCE attacking does have their Blizzard. And now we're onto the streets phase, his second point. That Blizzard, pretty much anywhere on this second point you use it, is going to catch out players. Unless they play spread, but they're wanting to play in a ball. Rez, the tank on Avoided, has just been diving Gazin, has just been bullying the Brigida. Hopefully the Brigida might be able to survive this next one, but look out for that May ult from House.
Yeah, the Blizzard will shut down any sort of push here. A duel between Ramatra and Widowmaker in a sniper battle, Scary. Not what I expected to see here, is now we have the engage coming through from Sugar. There's Ravenous Vortex onto Diego. Diego getting very low, taken down there from Gachapin, who's over onto that Ash. Now, it should just be a disengage coming in from Avoided OCE, especially without the support.
Yeah, Flo picking up Gachapin as well. That's 1 to both of them. Gachapin won't be able to get back in time. Flo on that Widowmaker. Oh, dropping low. Got to be careful because FOD carry's right clicks are extremely strong. Gachapin now swapping on to the Cassidy. They only have a minute and a half to push this to the end of this second point if they want to cap this second point, Harry. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Juno ult and House's Blizzard coming out early here, take that forward positioning, but FOD carry has the response with their own ultimate.
Yeah, there is the orbital strike coming through, trying to counter that Blizzard there. It's a great anti-nade that goes on to the tank of Aplom Tiger as well as Avoided OCE. They just clean House right there, especially with House getting 3 kills in that fight.
Yeah, bet the House on Avoided OCE in that May battle there. FOD carry using the Blizzard, but unfortunately getting caught by House. I love that we're seeing a little bit of a mirror. We're seeing the characters swapping to the other team's character and just battling, just battling hard. Flo on Avoided, House. Oh, once again, that's 2 in a row from House being a FOD carry. Now the wall's going to be able to hold them in spawn. This is looking great for Avoided. Great momentum. Aplong Tiger going to have to back off all the way into spawn. Rez getting a pick. Look how aggressive Rez is with that Juno speed. I wouldn't be coming out of spawn here solo at the moment. We've got to wait for respawns. Avoided have taken so much real estate, Harry.
Yeah, they have Flo once again taking down Gachapin. This is suddenly looking really bad for Aplom Tiger after their really strong first point hold.
Yeah, once that momentum was built up and they take these forward positionings, they can just have this team fight in the spawn. This is going to be last fight territory. Aplong Tiger have to win this.
It's another huge anti-nade that comes through. Gachapin, though, takes down Diego. That's a lack of support now from Avoided OCE. No utility and no healing. Means they should just be backing up here. It's just going to be Flo who gets caught out late in the fight.
Yeah, there we go. That Widow pick opening it up, opening an opportunity for Aplong Tiger to exit the spawn and push forward, and Avoided OCE backing off, being patient. They've got a minute on the clock. They do not have any ultimates apart from Rez's Ramatra ult. However, Diego almost has that nano, but Gazan has the rally to defend as well, and so does Sugar with their Ramatra ult. We have to see who uses it first. Punch form coming out already. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the ultimate from Ramatra right now.
Yeah, it's going to be an ultimate from both sides, but the nano boost onto Rez means that theirs hits just a little bit harder. They do all of it right there, and now we just see the power block coming through with that ultimate. So Sugar still doing consistent damage, but House taking down Fod Carry. Fod Carry obviously doesn't know the House always wins in those duels, and now it's just going to be avoided OCE guiding the payload to the objective here once they get this last little bit of cleanup from the staggering through team of a Fog Tiger.
Yeah, House doing so well there on the Mei. We were talking about FOD a lot that first map because their Mei was fantastic too. But no, instead, swapping over onto the Tracer. Still getting a pick there, but unfortunately falling early. The Ramatra, Harry. When a Ramatra is Juno speed boost into your spawn doors, that's so much damage. And they're cycling their cooldown so well. It was really difficult there for Aplong Tiger to get a hold of that real estate. Avoided OC didn't have much time though. Only 29 seconds on the clock. Took a long time for that first point, and they're on the back foot in terms of the time bank there. But only a minute for those 2 points. Managed to get it done.
Yeah, and if you're avoided OCE, that's really, really promising, because it means that you can still continue on with momentum and just stay in fights, even when it looks like you're down and out at the moment. For a Plum Tiger, they just need to clutch up in those final moments there, because if they win just one more fight on that first point, they full hold avoided OCE. And unfortunately, it just meant that after they lost that fight, investing all their ultimates, they just got steamrolled through, and it was just cycling of ults from avoided.
Yeah, we're either seeing the team fights kind of be over before they begin with some of those snipes from Fod Carry or the Hanzo from Flow, or even the Widowmaker battle that we saw there, or we're seeing a massive brawly, all the ultimates team fights, which is seeming to be very balanced in both teams, very competitive. But once Avoided had the momentum, they just stole the show there. Now, Aplong Tiger on the attack, 4 minutes on the clock starting this attack phase. If they can build the momentum early, win this first team fight, get the ult advantage, they're going to be looking really good, because Avoided, great job there, but didn't have much time.
Oh, Flow, once again, starting this map off the way they ended the first map, taking down Nuka with a headshot there. It's going to have to be the ice block invested here just to try and keep Pod Carrier alive here. But a punch at the House means the House just kind of crumples over there. Now we can see a Plum Tiger trying to get back into this fight. They've already used their speed ring, so they can't really disengage. It's a great anti-nade coming out, though, from Diego once again onto Sugar. But Diego's going to get caught out, punched to death once again from Sugar. And now it should be a Plum Tiger taking up residency on the point here and capping it up.
Yeah, just catching House out of position there slightly and just opening it up. Anti-Nade's doing great, but when you're Maywalled off and you get punched, it's a bit difficult. They are trying to come back to contest. They're off the point.
Yeah, it was a bad Maywall, though. So now Pod Carrier is just kind of left out by themselves and could be taken down here. Headshots coming in from Flow, doing a lot of damage onto the Ramatra of a Plum Tiger. Another Maywall comes through, but once again, they just walk around it. Gason, no, finds Rez. Diego will fall, and this will be a fight win from a Plum Tiger. A little bit messier than they probably expected or would like it to be, but they still get the job done.
Little bit messy in that mid ground, but they still capped with 5 minutes on the clock. And because House got picked off early there, they do not have their Mei ultimate, while on the side of Aplong Tiger, Fod Carry does. So an early Blizzard here with a rally can just keep building that momentum. They have 5 minutes on the clock. If they can be aggressive here, take some forward positioning. Got to watch out for Flow's Hanzo though, because those headshots are very, very dangerous. And the Hanzo does have the Dragon Strike on these tight corners. This next fight is going to be a deciding factor in who has the momentum going forward. Still 4.5 minutes for Aplong Tiger.
Yeah, this is going to be an ultimate fest here, and it starts off with the Blizzard and with the Dragon Strike as well. Now Fod Carry just trying to chase down Dom. Doesn't get the kill there, but does freeze up Diego. Can't quite find the right clicks, but does sock them in the face with a left hand there. Now Fod Carry taking on House. House using the Maywalls to just try and escape here. Flow taken down there by Gason, who used the rally, stunning up the Hanzo there. The Blizzard trying to come through here from House. They're trying to turn this fight around. Sugar goes down. It's a 1v1. House loses this one, though, and Fod Carry keeps their team moving forward here through the streets of England.
I mean, great job there even to get a couple of picks. It almost was turned around there. Really unfortunate with that Blizzard from House. Unfortunately, the team dropped as they press the Q. Oh, good anti once again.
Yeah, it keeps Rez alive and crucially forces out a cooldown, and a great sleep dart as well. Fod Carry taking a beating from this Ana right now. but it now manages to get away. Don takes a little stray shot there from Gacha Pin as we see the orbital strike now coming through here from Nuka. Sugar just trying to get onto the Ramatra counterpart, doing a lot of damage. It's going to be Reds falling extremely low, but they're able to keep the Ramatra alive. That's crucial. They can still get a recontest, but it's going to be Diego who's caught out in the back, and the entirety of a Plum Tiger have turned around, noticing the Ana, but they don't get the confirmed kill. Now the Blizzard comes in here from Fod Carrier. They don't catch up to anyone though, and they can't secure any kills. Rez in the meantime manages to find 3 of their own using that punch mode, and they will secure this fight. Avoided OCE holding strong on the second point.
Yeah, great job there from Avoided OCE. The team fight earlier, Uplong Tiger won it convincingly, but it was a little bit delayed. It was a long team fight, so it gave Avoided OCE the time to respawn and get back into it. Diego's nano onto the Ramatra of Red on Avoided is just so much damage output. When Uplong Tiger do not have their cooldowns or the defensive rally, you just can't survive that damage. So great job there. We still have the Ramatra ult from Avoided OCE. We have a Deadeye. Difficult to get value on that from Captain, but Anti, 3 people again.
Yeah, Diego is an absolute monster with these anti-nades, and Gayson gets taken down from Rez using their Annihilation. Looks pretty low, but uses that power block to back around the corner there, getting healed up. Now they catch out Fod Carry, who has to use their Ice Block immediately. The rest of the team has to try and peel for their main, but I don't think it's going to be possible, especially with the anti-nade coming through once again from Diego, who has been so consistent on this Ana.
So consistent. Avoided OCE really not letting Uplong Tiger build any momentum. They had 5 minutes on the clock, looking like they were about to cap with so much time on the board, but now whittled down to 2 minutes. This is looking really good for Avoided OCE on that defense. We do still have Gachapin with that Deadeye. Difficult to get value, but we have Gazin and Fod Carry with the May Blizzard and the Rally to engage if they need. But House also has their Blizzard to counter it, and Flow with the Dragon Strike too.
There is the Deadeye being used, but the Dragon Strike is there as well, countering it, but they catch up. And for the Flow as well. No DPS now for the side of Avoided OCE, so they have way less damage than a Plum Tiger do. The healing is still there, but they are unable to keep Rez up, and just like that, it seems like a Plum Tiger are going to be able to move their way forward, although they need people to stay on point, and Nuka gets taken down by Don.
We're seeing a lot of Juno DPS. We saw them chase down Sugar's tank earlier as well. Diego's going to get staggered here. I mean, surviving a lot, but these punches eventually should take them out. Hopefully, unless...
Absolutely not. Don has just kept their support alive, and now will fall and pay the price for it. The second point was captured up, so it is just a massive stagger from Diego and Don, but very entertaining stagger nonetheless.
Oh, that was beautiful to watch, but unfortunately it didn't work in their favor, kind of staggering them a little bit. Taking the cap, they got 2 minutes to push this last one. Now we have Sugar with the Ramatra ultimate on Uplong Tiger, but Rez on Avoided does not have it. House got picked off early on Avoided without using that May Blizzard. They will have it for this fight if they need it, and Diego also with that Nano. Once again, building it so fast, Harry.
Yeah, Orbital Strike comes down there from a Plum Tiger, and it's going to be the Blizzard as well as a huge anti-nade once again of a Plum Tiger. Gayson's going to be taken down there, frozen up. And without the Brigitte, without Fod Carry, it's just going to be an impossible fight for a Plum Tiger to win. And Avoided OCE will stabilize on this 3rd point for now.
Yeah, great job getting those picks, not letting Uplong Tiger get their ultimates off. House taking out Nuka with those right clicks. I'm loving the May battle we're seeing. Those walls, the Blizzard, the Dragon Strike, so brutal on these tight choke points. We now have Flow on the 3rd point. We saw them drop Savannah Widowmaker on the attacking phase as well and hit those headshots. Gachapin onto the Echo. Gonna have to be careful for Flow. Almost on their info site.
Fod Carry just walked in and got absolutely obliterated. A headshot and a punch there from Rez will take down the May of a Plum Tiger. The nano boost going on. Avoided OCE's Ramatra as well. Rez making full advantage of that, making a lot of space. But now it's the Annihilation coming through from Sugar, who's a little bit cut off from the rest of the team. Anti-naded and walled off as well. So that ultimate has done absolutely diddly squat. Now it's just going to be the poke coming through here as they're trying to move forward. A Plum Tiger need to get some forward momentum going. And Gachapin on this Echo is trying to make the difference. Diego getting extremely low right now, but the ultimate's still on the side of Avoided OCE. The headshots could come through. It's a nice body shot, and now the infra sight is popped. There is the Annihilation being utilized there from Rez, but the Blizzard comes through, but Flow manages to find Nuka as well. No Gachapin, no Nuka means no fight win for a Plum Tiger.
Yeah, Gachapin just playing with fire there, and Flo is not missing those shots on the Widowmaker. We have the Juno orbital strike and House with the Blizzard on the side of Avoided OCE. 20 seconds left if Aplong Tiger want to push this to overtime. Fod swapping onto the Sombra for a bit more speed. Gachapin's Echo duplicate here might be super impactful, especially as they copy the Ramatra, but they got to try not to get picked off by Flo's Widow.
Yeah, there's the Blizzard coming in early, and immediately it catches onto Sugar, who received headshot. The orbital strike comes through, manages to keep their Ramatra alive, but Bod Carry gets taken down by the Widow in the duel. Now it's going to be Sugar trying to move forward, trying to make the difference for their team. Diego will fall. The overtime wick is already starting to burn down, and Gachapin with a duplicate gets their annihilation online, takes down Don. House now caught in a rock and a hard place, manages to use their May wall to get away, but Rez will fall. Now they need to avoid the staggers here to avoid it, but unfortunately, Flo is not able to do that.
No, this is last fight territory if they want to win this convincingly for Avoided OCE. Fod carry onto that Sombra is so useful to hunt down the Widowmaker. Flo is now respawning. Rez onto the Mauga. Desperate times indeed.
Yeah, they try to get back to the point quickly, and they will do so. It's a huge anti-Dave. What Diego, who has been absolutely stellar, and Avoided OCE coming back onto the point, will push the Plum Tiger away, and they will win this second map and our first series of the night.
They will indeed. 2 maps in a row. What a great Lijiang Tower we saw, and a great Kings Row. This was a story of May. This was May, maybe win, maybe lose. This was all May. Those walls were amazing. They were isolating teams. They were letting the secondary ults from their team come in and get those kills. Great job to both teams. Uplong Tiger have nothing to be ashamed about there, but very well done to Avoided OCE.
Yeah, Avoided OCE just looked a little bit more cohesive in those choke or clutch moments there. And it was something that I touched on a little bit on a Plum Tiger's defense, is that when it came down to the moments where they needed to absolutely win the fight, they just couldn't seem to string it together. They either lost some form of communication, or they were just out of position in some way or another, but they were also being punished really well from Avoided. So not to take that away from them, especially Diego, who, in my opinion, in this series was the match MVP, because I mean, the nade after nade after nade was just insane, and it applied so much pressure onto a Plum Tiger.
Yeah, it's so easy to throw that anti around that small Ramatra shield and just onto the players. Diego is hitting antis 24/7 there. The Mays were just so impactful with those walls and those blizzards. Unfortunately, some of those team fights just came down to individual standout player performances, sniping an opponent before they could use their ultimate, forcing them back to spawn. We saw that a lot. I mean, we saw May was a sniper. Fod was sniping on May, even when the Sombra dove them. They swapped the Sombra to dive the Widow. Then we had the sniper from the House on the May, sniping up to peel for their Widow. Crazy, crazy match. Well done to both teams. That's our first match of day 1 DEO Open 2024, Harry.
Yeah, it is. Before we go to our little break, however, we do want to remind you that there is currently a DE jersey giveaway. Make sure you do go over towards the Disconnected Esports Twitter and make sure you enter in on that to get yourself some cool merch. And as well, make sure that you enter in, I believe it's hashtag giveaway in the chat.
Exclamation mark.
There we go, that one. Exclamation mark giveaway for the battle pass in the chat there. Yeah, that one.
We'll be giving that away after the next match. We are going to throw it to a break. Have a stretch, go to the bathroom. We'll be back very shortly. Enter those giveaways while we're on break. Hello, everybody. Thank you for waiting. Welcome back. We have got match 2 ready to go between 321 Inting and Code Red. But before we jump into that, a little reminder about the giveaways on this stream today, Harry.
Yeah, that's right. First of all, if you head over to the Disconnected Esports Twitter account, you can go and enter into our Gleam IO giveaway, and that will enter you into the running for some True Apparel DE jersey. And you can get that with your own gamer tag on there. So make sure you go check it out. Make sure you go enter that giveaway and get yourself, hopefully, a customized jersey for your troubles. And also, if you enter in hashtag giveaway in the Twitch chat, you will be entered in to win one of the Blizzard given to us from Blizzard, an ultimate battle pass for this season. Scary.
That's right, and we're going to be giving that away after the end of this match. So you're running out of time to enter. Make sure you use hashtag giveaway in the chat to get your entries to count. You have until before the grand final of the 5th day of the DEO Open to enter the Gleam giveaway on the Twitter. But get in early. Don't forget some big prizes, and you get a cool jersey, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, I want the jersey. I won't lie. Give me a Disconnected Esports jersey. I've done enough casts. I get this.
Yeah, we should just enter and just cast a ring, you know. We should. But enough about the prizes. Well, we can't say any less about the prizes because they're fan bloody tastic. But the next match we have coming up is 321 Inting versus Code Red. 321 Inting had a forfeit from their opponents in their first round, so they're coming off the bench cold. They haven't had a chance to play yet. But Code Red, they won their first round 2-0. They're fresh. They're full of momentum. This is going to be a very interesting battle to start with. Once again, we're starting on Lijiang, which is our first map of the day for day 1. It changes tomorrow. Still control, but changes tomorrow and the third day of seeding. I wonder if we're going to see some different characters and different hero choices on Lijiang than we did on the first teams. We do know that Code Red's tank ODP loves dive, so we might see a Winston, and 321's tank, Coolmish. A little bit of a Sig player. I haven't seen Sig yet.
Yeah, ODP's been around for a long time, and the Winston is phenomenal here, Scary. But if we're having a look over to 321 Inting with Mish and Regret, Leslie, Eli, Zoid, and a tiny Valkyrie, Arc, Genesis, and Antu are substitutes as well. I mean, they're looking pretty good at the moment as well. A lot of these players are from Undecided originally, who were in the Face It League Masters. And this Sigma/Diva kind of core that Coolmish has been kind of playing around in recently, could be really good against this Winston composition. The Sigma maybe not so much, but definitely. And I mean, we could even see Teeny Valkyrie getting subbed in here, and maybe see some Junker Queen as well.
Yeah, and I mean, when we swap to the second map, the hybrid map, that's where Sigma can really come to shine with that poke if they decide to play that. So 321 Inting, like you said, the Face It Masters League, relatively experienced. Code Red, semi-professional team, so also very experienced. ODP on the tank, we've got Andre, Azent on the DPS, Pugs and Willern on to the support. So this is going to be another competitive high-level match. Lijiang Tower, we did see that kind of set the momentum for the first game. We'll have to see if it has the same impact on this second game. If we might be seeing a Sig versus Winston on this first map.
Yeah, we could see that style going against each other, but the Winston is really good on Lijiang Tower, and I think that if you're not playing it against it, you're really going to struggle. And Sigma struggles in general to try and get momentum against that sort of Winston-style composition.
Yeah, and we do know that Code Red loves that dive, so we're going to be seeing them take the initiative and take that engage and not let not let 321 Inting poke out those cooldowns. I think we are ready to get into our second match of the day, Harry. Once again, Lijiang Tower will be swapping over very shortly.
Yeah, we should be swapping over very shortly, but I mean, while we wait as well, we may as well think about what these players really bring to the table, because I know a couple of the other players here as well, and Andre is a formidable scam player, shown a lot of Widowmaker, especially during AoE as well. So now we're just going to be waiting to see whether or not they're going to be running out on any sort of hit scan. They can play Tracer as well, so we might see a bit of dive composition coming out here, and Andre very good on those dive-centric DPS heroes.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw the power of the aim of some of these players in the last match with that hit scan and with those sniper characters. So if that once again happens this next round, then it's going to be difficult to shut down. We currently are still viewing the lobby of the previous match on Kings Row. But we should be jumping into the next match very shortly. You see in the top left and the top right, code red, red colored, great there from production, and 321 inting on the left with the blue color.
Yeah, and it should get us into that eventually as well. It'll be really interesting to see what style of compositions we get, because I mean, it's really going to be decided on what map we start off, and we're on Control Center.
Here we go. Symmetra's on both sides. We'll see if they swap after they use that teleport for the speed. We do. Leslie on 3-1 inting onto the Venture. So much damage output. And Azan onto the May. Another May matchup, Harry.
Yeah, this is going to be intense as we see Coolmish here taking into space, trying to move forward, getting onto the backline here of Code Red, who's a whole lot of damage. ODP gets caught out a little bit into the backline of 3-2-1 inting, and now it's going to be a little reset here as both teams now struggle for positioning on the point. ODP hiding behind their small shield, now going to get punished here as Eli just takes them down with their homing missiles. Coolmish now trying to punch down Pugs on that Brigida, and that is going to be a fight win here for 3-2-1 inting as they take the first point of control.
Yeah, off the back of Regret's May wall. I mean, we've been seeing so much May this stream, and already Regret on 3-1 inting up to 70% for their Blizzard, and they're only on 10% of the point. Early Blizzard here in an aggressive position can just shut down and win this next fight. Really good job there from 3-2-1 inting. So much damage coming out from the Ramatra punch form.
Yeah, I mean, it is just an absurd amount of damage from Coolmish being done. They almost have their annihilation. In fact, straight away, there's the rush going into ODP. The main wall from Code Red didn't really separate anyone there, but it's going to be Regret who their ice block first. Now being taken down, the annihilation being utilized here from Coolmish. The main wall just boosts the Ramatra over the top. Now with this orbital strike, they're trying to move forward, especially with the speed ring, but they just can't seem to secure any kills. Now the ultimates are online here for Code Red as we see a disengage coming in from 3-2-1 inting. There's the orbital strike coming in there from Code Red as they start moving forward. Arc gets taken down, and that is going to be the fight win here for Code Red as they get back into this.
Yeah, Pug's flail on the brig, just so important in that team fight, taking him out. Coolmish is going to get staggered here. No surviving, fortunately, but Code Red pushing the aggression, pushing the real estate, and now they're going to be able to hold very far forward here. 15% on the board for Code Red.
Yeah, now they have to fall back a little bit, though, because the Venture has tried to use the Tectonic Shock, but stunned up there by the rallying brig. Down the... Now the overclock trying to come through does a lot of damage, and Arc is finished off. Coolmish will be the last one standing with the Blizzard being utilized, so they're trying to turn this fight around. They managed to get both here. Regret trying to win this fight outright here for their team. Now has to duel the Sojo and gets a headshot there. Almost goes down to the Ramatra who got around on the flank there, but manages to use the Mabel to stay alive. Now the point being taken up here. It's going to be a Blizzard coming in here from Code Red, but the orbital strike trying to keep Coolmish alive. Doesn't manage to do it as Andre gets the headshot there onto Coolmish. Now the annihilation is going to have to come down. They're still trying to stay in this fight. Code Red, despite being at a little bit of a deficit, they're trying to keep their Ramatra alive. ODP using that power block expertly, keeping themselves up with their annihilation. And Code Red, they look like they can stabilize and get back into this fight here. Scary. They should win it outright.
They should, but it's just chaos on the point.
Yeah, now it's going to be ODP. They've already used their punch form. The May walls from both teams being used for that Ravenous Vortex and the headshots there onto Regret Me. The May goes down. ODP being kept alive expertly there by both of their supports. They managed to come back in with their punch form. Pugs falls low, but it's going to be Agent who gets the headshot there onto Leslie. Now it's the orbital strike coming in here from Code Red. Is Code Red, once again, they flip the point back towards their side. They flip the fight, I should say, back towards their side because the point flipped in favor of 3-2-1 inting.
Yeah, Azant with that Maywall, catching out Coolmish's tank on 3-2-1 inting twice in a row. Really got to be careful with that positioning because Azant is not missing those Maywalls. Does not have their Blizzard online, but Regret on 3-2-1 inting does have their Blizzard. In fact, a lot of ultimates almost online for 3-2-1 inting. We do have Andre with the Sojourn ult, be able to get some headshots, some rail. If they can stay back and get that poke in, they might be able to pick off Eli.
Yeah, it's going to be Andre who gets taken down first, though. Eli still staying alive, has the orbital strike online, but they might have the right hands there. Agent's going down. The last one standing is just going to be ODP, who will fall to Leslie. A team kill coming in from 3-2-1 inting, and that is a bargain fight win there for 3-2-1 inting.
Yeah, Cool Mish has got the left, the right, and the good night for all three of those players that they decimated onto Code Red. Andre coming out with a Sojourner early here.
Yeah, the overclock, though, doesn't manage to find anything. It's going to be the Tectonic Shock being used by Leslie, who hugs that ultimate. ODP now has to use the Annihilation to try and stay alive, but it's going to shut down that ultimate very, very quickly. 93%. And at the moment, Code Red are just being spawn camped. They will not be able to touch the point, and point one will go in favor of 3-2-1 Inting.
It will indeed. And 3-2-1 Inting have yet to play a game today because their previous opponents forfeit. So you might be thinking they might be a little bit cold, a little bit desynergized, but not at all. Cool Mish there with the aggression, that punch form, just sending it, especially with Eli's Juno speed there as well. And then also taking that aggression, that confidence early, first map of the day for them, and just pretty much kissing the spawn doors, not even letting them have a chance to contest.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. It was just Cool Mish's aggression, giving them, like you said, the left-right goodnight combo there. And now we see 3-2-1 Inting making a little bit of swaps here, but sticking over to that Ramatra crucially.
Yeah, Andre coming out onto the Symmetra. See, actually sticking with it. Note back onto the Sojourn. Now we have Regret onto that long-range Ashe. A little bit more damage. Got to be careful of ODP if they decide to push the aggression as Coolmish has in that punch form. Both May Walls coming out early.
Yeah, it's just going to be Arc getting rolled over there as ODP just walks forward with the speed ring. And now, once again, the speed ring is down. And it looks like a little bit of a chase over the bridge here could be on. But they decide to give up that space for now and just go and cap point here.
Yeah, ODP on Code Red, getting the advantage there in the positioning because of Andre's Symmetra telly, that little bit of speed boost there. Eli on Inting almost has their Juno ult.
Yeah, but they have to stay alive here, and with Regret already having, Leslie, sorry, already having to use their Ice Block, it's going to be really difficult, especially ODP. The bridge, they shall not pass, is what ODP is currently saying to. But Coolmish actually did pass and manages to find Andre. Now, the Ramatra from 3-2-1 Inting, using their primary fire, takes down the Juno of Code Red, and it's just going to be the Orbital Strike, coming down to finish off this fight efficiently and cleanly here for 3-2-1 Inting.
Yeah, losing the fight early, but very disciplined from Inting, backing off and recontesting super fast, only letting Code Red get 30% there. Coolmish is a thick DPS in their own right. How can Code Red answer the aggression from Coolmish?
Well, they have to try and find a way here, Scary. The Annihilation's online for 3-2-1 Inting. It's going to be really difficult.
Yeah, and they're deciding to go onto the right-hand path. A little bit risky with that Maywalk, can isolate them, especially with a Blizzard.
Yeah, but it's going to be the Orbital Strike coming in here from Code Red. Leslie falls almost immediately. Isolation for ODP as well, but may not even see the utilization of it, although with the Bob coming in, they decide that now is the rally coming through there for Arc, though, manages to keep the Ramatra back. Coolmish caught out a little bit, but that Bob is doing a really good job of just contesting point there, not allowing the flip. Now the Annihilation comes in here for 3-2-1 Inting, but Coolmish gets taken down with a combination of the Blizzard and headshot. Agent follows up with another headshot there onto Arc, and it will be Code Red coming through with this fight win, but they had to give up 50% of the point pretty much.
They did. Very even, though. Azent there won that with their Blizzard, building it before Leslie on 3-2-1. Leslie was 97%, but that's 3% difference, won that fight there for Code Red. Andres does have their Sojourn Ultimate online, but Leslie now has their May Blizzard online as well. If they can get onto the point, especially with Eli's Orbital Strike coming in. Oh, the Brig!
Yeah, Brig going down there to the whip shot off the map. That is not what you need. But still, there's some aggression coming through here from 3-2-1 Inting. They dropped the Blizzard, but they only catch up to the Ramatra. No. It's another boop, but Andre steals the glory from the Brigida with a headshot there. And it looks like Code Red, they are fighting back hard.
Yeah, and Andre getting a couple of nice headshots there with the railgun, not even having to invest the ultimate. They will have that for the next fight. Eli does have that Orbital Strike if they want to push in. We'll see if they decide to go to the bridge route like Code Red did on the last fight, because I don't know if I want to get Brig flailed off the map for a third time, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, that would just be an absolute travesty for 3-2-1 Inting. Smart rotation coming in, but Andre still holding onto their ultimate here. Could make mince meat of 3-2-1 Inting. Here comes the engage coming through. It's a great Maywall there, separating ODP there from the healers. Orbital Rays coming now from both sides, but Andre with those right clicks from the overclock, trying to find Eli. It's going to be with the assist of their own Juno that they take down the Juno of 321 Inting. With Regret and Leslie falling, though, things are looking from bad to worse for 321 Inting, as it's just the Brigitte and the Ramatra staying alive. Annihilations from both sides, but it will be Coolmish who falls first. Andre sliding into the Brigitte's face, only to have it finished off by their own Juno, and that will be a 100 to 50% win for Code Red. They looked a lot better on this more open map.
A lot better. They did give up that first percentage, but came back firing. We saw the Azent on the May there taking a lot of value with those walls, really shutting down the Ramatra on Coolmish. Once these small choke points, especially when it's overtime and you have to have those team fights on the objective, that's when those May walls can isolate the tank. And both tanks have been suffering with the May isolation, and it's been really effective, especially from Code Red. But Pugs on the Brig has been winning this mirror match with those flails, getting some early picks onto Regret in the last round, and also knocking off the environment. This map does have a big environmental on both sides of the point at the back there, so Pug is going to be looking for that once again. Leslie onto the Farah, which is going to be interesting into Andre's hit scan on Code Red.
Yeah, well, Andre's still, I mean, it's projectile primary fire. The secondary fire definitely can, but they have to try and charge up those railgun shots first of all, and there's a lot of pressure now coming in from 321 Inting. They're just spamming away here at Code Red, who now have to back away a little bit. They give up a lot of space, which is only good here for Regret. 321 Inting now rotating towards the point.
Yeah, Leslie getting heaps of value on that Farah, just pumping out the damage, and like you said, no answer for it yet. Ramatra's fighting on point, Maywall's coming out.
Yeah, now it's going to be the punch form coming in here from Coolmish, just trying to move forward as ODP doesn't have their own punch form available yet. They use the Ravenous Vortex, but it's going to be Agent who's down, and a great whip shot keeps ODP away from the rest of 321 Inting, and it's going to have to be a disengage coming in here for 321.
Yeah, backing out, very patient. 321 Inting are pushing aggressively, wanting to get some staggered picks. ODP have to be careful here.
Yeah, ODP should be able to get away, but Pug's not so lucky, and it is a straight disengage. 20% built up on the point here from 321 Inting.
Yeah, and we saw this exact position last time, and last point Code Red came back firing and didn't let the point go once again. We have the orbital strike from Willen on the Juno, and we also have the Ramatra ults almost online for both teams. 321 Inting with the ult advantage though.
Yeah, and that's a lot of damage being put onto Coolmish here from the Farah of Agent, who's made that. There's the orbital strikes from both teams though, so we just have to wait for these to kind of meet up before we get any sort of fight here, but the ultimate's firmly in favor of 321 Inting right now.
Yeah, great patience. Not interested in engaging while those ults are up.
Yeah, Code Red now, though. They have to go in. They have to try and get the flip. There's the barrage coming in from Leslie. Doesn't really find anything. Just a lot of damage there onto ODP. Pops their annihilation and says, I'm going into your backlining. You stop me. Now ODP, though, has to try and retreat. There's a rally coming in from both teams as the Bob as well has been utilized. All of these ultimates, but absolutely no kills, Scary.
No, and this is in the favor of 321 Inting. The longer this team fight goes on, the more percentage they're going up. They're already at 70%. We're almost in last fight territory.
Yeah, there's the backline rush coming in, though, as Andre pops over. And does trade out for Pugs, but this fight firmly in favor of Code Red, but they had to give up 82% of the point to get it. That is a massive cost to win this fight.
It is, but I think it was the best option there because they didn't really want to engage with all those ults and cooldowns going on. They were extremely patient until they found that opening, and then they just collapsed. So we'll have to see how they can defend now. 321 Inting without any ultimates online. We do have the Farah mirror from Azent and the barrage ready as well.
Yeah, we do see the barrage could be utilized early in this fight. In fact, there it comes. Azent already taken down Regret, finishes off Coolmish with that barrage, and that is a bargain bin fight win there for Code Red. Only one ultimate needing to be used, and they will secure another fight win and continue ticking up their percentage.
Yeah, very clean there. We're seeing great patience and discipline from both teams. Once they lose that first player, they are actually backing off. They're not letting themselves get staggered or letting the enemy team build up more ult charge than they need. We do have ODP on Code Red with the Ramatra ultimate, and the point is in their favor right now. So if 321 Inting can test, they can just use that to shut down the point.
Yeah, they definitely can. There is the Juno ultimate coming through, the orbital strike, but Eli gets taken down there by Worm. Now, it's just going to be ODP trying to fight onto keep themselves healthy and alive, have the annihilation online if they need to use it. 321 Inting, they currently don't have anything. ODP needs to be careful here not to get booped off the map as they go around the side, but it's going to be Azet who takes down Ark, and this fight has once again gone on for such a long time. The 70% has been built up here for Code Red. We're going into last fight territory here, Scary.
Yeah, equal percentage now. 3-1 Inting have to get back fast. They do have the Bob online and the Barrage on both their DPS, but will they be able to even get time to get touch to the point? Look how aggressive Code Red are being. They're taking the real estate, Harry.
This is going to be a spawn camp, I think, Scary. No, they actually choose to back away here. They have the ultimate online here to Code Red. Persona 3-2-1 Inting. Now as the fight begins, it's going to be in from ODP, but it's going to be Aizen who gets taken down there by the Brigade. Arc uses the rally as well, trying to keep the rest of their team alive, but it's going to be World taking down Leslie. Now it's just a fight from the Ramatra as the Bob goes on to point to trigger the overtime, but goes all the way over the cross. Now it's going to be ODP being taken down by that Coach Gun Coolmish with their own annihilation. Finishes off Pugs. The point will flip in favor here of 3-2-1 Inting, and the Juno gets staggered out.
Yeah, indeed. It's going to be really hard to see if Code Red can come back and touch this. 91%. I don't know if they're going to be able to, Harry.
It's going to be up to Azim. They have their own Barrage online. ODP swapped over to the caught by Ramina's Vortex. Azin gets through, uses the Barrage, catches on to E. Though, because Leslie managed to Azin their damage right now for 3-2-1 Inting. Regret manages to find the Juno once again. World going down. There's not a lot of healing now for Code Red. Things are starting to fall apart. It's just the Lucio dancing around, trying to get the touch onto the point. But Regret with a headshot rips the Lucio's head clean off of its shoulders. It's going to be Andre, the last person standing with ODP, but eventually it should be the fall of Code Red as Regret is just cleaning house on this Echo. On this Ash, sorry.
Regret having a field day there. The second they got a bit of space and a bit of freedom to just pop off, they hit nothing but heads. Excuse me. What a competitive first point once again. 1 to 2, 99%, pretty much all the time. Great job there from those players.
I mean, it was just a massively clutch play coming out there from Regret at the end there on the Ash, not the Echo, I should say. And honestly, it was quite incredible to see that turnaround. I didn't think that you would really see the Ash pick come out here, but they made it work.
Yeah, and we saw the spawn camp and that aggressive positioning from Code Red on the map, on the point previously as well. And I thought that was going to happen once again, but they just backed off and allowed 3-2-1 Inting real estate. They allowed them to enter the map. I thought they were going to hold them deep there, but maybe a slight positioning error. They let them contest the point, and when 3-2-1 Inting had the ability to contest the point, Regret was just clicking heads. So great job from our Lijiang map again. The loser of that map will get to choose which map of hybrid they decide to go to. We are seeing so much Ramatra today, Harry. That punch form is just a pain to deal with.
Yo, it is. It's 100% a pain to deal with, but it's just so good at moving forward. And it does well against that Brigitte because of that. It just goes through the shield, obviously. I still think that D.Va is the better pick overall, but having these Brawl mirror matchups, it's very interesting to see. And the Ramatra obviously paying dividends for both of these teams at the moment, but 3-2-1 Inting currently just on top.
Yeah, I mean, Ramatra, Juno, Mei, we've seen that 3-hero comp a lot today, and if you can speed boost your Ramatra's punch form aggressively into the enemy's backline, and then also isolate one of the players or the tank with the Mei wall, that is so incredibly difficult to deal with. It's almost a battle of who takes that first initiative and who decides to engage with their cooldowns first, because if you're playing reactively and playing passively, it's almost impossible to survive that if those cooldowns are used perfectly. So the next map is going to be our hybrid map. Last time we saw King's Row. We're seeing a lot of Ramatra being played, so if they want to stick to that comp, I think King's Row is the ideal one to go to. Again, we do know that Sigma is one of these preferred players from Coolmish, one of these preferred heroes, and we also know that ODP likes a little bit of dive. So the other maps, such as Numbani, Iconworld, Hollywood, with those high grounds, are a possibility if they want to go back to those characters, but I don't think there's any necessity to swap off that Ramatra.
No, I don't think so either. I think both teams are going to be pretty comfortable playing this Ramatra composition, and honestly, I think that's how that it will stay for the rest of the season, for the rest of this series. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see King's Row coming back in again here, Scary.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. And we've seen how competitive this team is, just like the last match we've had as well. And King's Row is that perfect battleground. You get a lot of team fights, especially on the street phase. You have a lot of time to engage. You have a lot of opportunities. There are those occasional flank routes. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Code Red choose King's Row. I mean, we might see something different, but I think King's Row is the ideal pick here for the hybrid map.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that Kings Row is just objectively the best map for both of these for both of these teams, and for these compositions especially. I think it is just going to be uh, the map that we see the most of. I think it's obviously the most popular map in Overwatch, so it's something we're going to see a lot more as well.
Yeah, it really suits the play styles of the players today. It's going to be interesting to see if 3-2-1 inting. Oh no, we're on Eichenwald. We're already into it, Ari.
Yeah, apparently we are already into it, and as far as on both sides here, Scary, that was not what I expected here.
No, not at all. I mean, Farah is very good to play around the tower on the first point and just poke around.
Yeah, that is true, and there's that big tower right in the middle as well, so you will obviously have a lot of cover to utilize here to try and hide from Andre, who's already on the flank here, trying to get the pick onto the Juno, but it's going to be Azit who gets taken down here. Leslie with the Farah counterpart duel should win that out, and now for Code Red, it's going to be really hard to attack when you don't have that damage. Just have to back away for now.
Yeah, I mean, Coolmish taking out the Brigader is going to help, but yeah, Code Red backing out, waiting for those respawns.
Yeah, now it's just going to have to be a full read for Code Red. Lots of spam coming through still for 3-1 inting though.
Yeah, and I mean, ODP is already almost at their Ramatra ult, and Coolmish is only halfway there, so we might be seeing that to engage with. Leslie getting taken out by the counterpart of Azen once again.
Yeah, but it's going to be Andre who gets straight back as well. Now Coolmish trying to get in there onto Pugs, manages to do so as well. The Brigade for Code Red going down, and a very aggressive hold coming in from 3-2-1 inting, and they're doing such a good job of it so far.
They are indeed, and now they've got Regret with the Blizzard, and we do not have a Mei on the side of Code Red. So that Blizzard, especially under this bridge and that choke point, is going to be so useful to shut it down. We do have the Orbital Ray coming out as well on Code Red if they decide to use it, but not using the Ramatra ult, giving Coolmish some time to build up their own.
Yeah, now they have the Annihilation available, but it's orbital strikes from both teams. Now the Annihilation comes out from ODP. The Blizzard comes through, but misses onto the Ramatra crucially, and Regret gets taken down. Now it's ODP trying to chase into the back line with that ultimate as well. Manages to find Arc there, trying to punch their way through. It's a rally that keeps the Brigade alive for now, and now the Juno comes through, keeping their support alive once again. Azen once again taken down there from Leslie as Coolmish finishes off Pugs, and the Farah battle so far has been firmly won by Leslie.
Yeah, the Varas are battling in the sky massively. Coolmish just cleaning up those last kills there. Unfortunately, Regret not getting heaps of value with their Blizzard. Neither ODP on that Ramatra ult on the side of Code Red. Now, Coolmish has got their Ramatra ult to defend if they need it. Code Red only has a minute and a half if they want to cap this point, Harry.
Yeah, a minute and a half is not a lot of time, but they do have ultimates coming up here. Scary. They have the Barrage online.
Yeah, Barrage versus Barrage. They're just going to be looking for an out-of-position character to try to get that pick, but it's going to be dangerous.
It is indeed going to be dangerous. Coolmish as well still holding on to their Annihilation. Andre looking for a pick onto the Farah here. Hasn't really managed to find a position. They have the Bob online now. They're going to be using it to just try and get some presence on the point here. But in the meantime, it's going to be the rush down of the Brigida. But Leslie gets spotted out before the Barrage comes through and taken down from Andre. Now the Barrage is on the side of Azent. They're free to use it. They let it rip. They take down Arc. It's going to be Azent, though, getting traded out there by Regret, who now is in a 1v1 against Andre, taken down by the Coach Gun, and it should be Code Red here, even with the Orbital Ray being utilized, should be able to get themselves out to the point, although with the Juno surviving, Coolmish actually manages to stay alive as well and take down Andre. Now the rally comes in from Pugs, who's back over towards the point. They can stun up the rest of the team here, but they choose to move away here, just onto the point. Pugs trying to keep their team into this at the moment. There's the Annihilation being utilized from both teams as Pugs has to try and run away. A good whip shot keeps the Brigida alive there. Coolmish just trying to stay alive. Orbital strike on the point getting utilized as it comes through with a damage boost, finding two. ODP finishes off Arc, and that's going to be a fight win there for Code Red. Once again, it took a little while though.
Yeah, Code Red getting it done in the end, having to invest the Juno ultimate and also the Ramatra ultimate, so they won't have any coming into the next fight. But they did, 3-1 inting did manage to chip away a little bit of that time. Code Red only have 2.5 minutes now to push. Code Red are taking the forward positioning. That spam from Azen on the Farah, just putting it down to that choke point. ODP already up on the high ground. Might have to be careful here after their punch form is out. But right now we're getting cart progress from Code Red.
Yeah, and this is good for Code Red. The fight on the high ground here from ODP will eventually have to fall off of the high ground, and it will mean that the entirety of 3-2-1 inting could just dive into the back line here. Pugs goes down thanks to the rally and Coolmish jumping into the back line there. Leslie finishes off the Juno there as Azen goes down. ODP does get a trade back, but it should be a fight win for 3-2-1 Inting here.
Yeah, great job there from 3-1 Inting, coming out very strong, lots of momentum, dropping down, engaging with the rally on Arc. No ultimates to respond from Code Red, unfortunately. However, now they will have their barrage from Azent. It was a little bit queue to respawn, as Farah often is, but getting a pick last barrage, they should be able to find another one. Leslie has swapped off of that Farah and is now onto the Venture.
Yeah, the Venture is an interesting pick here. Scary, but it does mean that you can get into the backline really quickly here. We already see the jump down come through here from Coolmish. Getting so close to being taken down. Saved there by the orbital strike, but it's a rally that comes... not a rally that comes in, sorry. It's just Pugs who gets a whip shot away, saving the rest of their team from that Ramatra. Regret sitting pretty on the high ground right now, but there's really no fight happening, although Aizen gets a boost on the map, off the map there onto Leslie. Does get traded out, but still a 1-for-1 trade looks pretty good at the moment here for Code Red.
Yeah, and Code Red just poking away now, having to deal with Coolmish's Ramatra ultimate, taking out Pugs. Code Red might have to back off now. Oh, the Ramatra's isolated as well. That's not good news for Code Red, Harry.
No, but ODP does manage to get out, and they use the orbital strike as well, so now they're going to be trying to come in onto Coolmish, the barrage as well. Just an insurance policy of taking down the tank of 3-2-1 Inting right there. Now, Aizen still has to be careful not to get taken down from Regret, who has taken a fair bit of damage right now. The concussion blast doesn't really finding Ash here. They spot out the Venture, and the point is moving here, Scary.
Yeah, it might not have been good news for Code Red, but it was worse news for Inting. Great job there from the barrage. Heaps of value. Regret now has their Bob to contest if they want. That's going to be very difficult for Azen to avoid if they fly from the air. Great Venture mobility there.
Yeah, they get themselves onto the high ground. It's going to be Annihilation being used. Tectonic Shock is not going to be utilized, as we see the rally from Pugs being utilized as well. The Brigida eventually will go down. The Annihilation and the Bob is just too much there for Coolmish to handle, as the tank for Code Red for 3-2-1 Inting goes down. Code Red in overtime now, though, have to push it a long distance.
Yeah, Inting not letting themselves get picked off, waiting for the respawns before they recontest with 5. They will have one more fight. They might see 9. Nope.
No, the Tectonic Shock is there, but ODP finds Arc and Eli as well. Both supports going down. Pugs traded out, though, there for the Venture of Leslie using that ultimate. It is now just going to be the punching there onto ODP, but the Juno takes down Coolmish. Does get traded out there from Regret, sorry. But Regret going down means that this fight should go in favor of Code Red. Once again, in overtime, though, only a minute and a half left.
Yeah, great job there from Code Red. That aggressive flank from ODP, taking out those split positions for 3-2-1 Inting, paid dividends. Azent now onto the May. Such a great character on this third point. Leslie responding immediately with the May battle. We do have Eli's defensive Juno ult to engage if they need it. 1 minute on the clock.
Yeah, it's so difficult here for Code Red to try and get in. Now, with no ultimates available, they're going to have to push into a double support ult. They can almost build up to their Juno ultimate here, but they need to be patient. There is the engage coming in from ODP, but the May Wall comes through. There is the Orbital Ray, and it's just ODP being bullied in the corner right now. Somehow managing to stay alive thanks to their power block and the healing of the supports. Now it's going to be the Orbital Ray coming in here for Code Red, but ODP going down and Pugs falling as well means that that ultimate has pretty much been wasted here.
Yeah, double defensive ult there on the last point, and that May swap was so crucial. It's such tight choke points. Every tank is just getting bullied and just put into the corner. Now, 3-2-1 Inting once again have the ult advantage, the Ramatra ultimate, and also the Bob. 20 seconds left. Last fight for Code Red if they want to cap the 3 points, and ODP is the only one close to their Ramatra ult.
Yeah, this is going to be close here. Scary. Coolmish has their ult online. Looking for the opportunity to use it, looking for the opportunity to end Code Red's push. ODP walks in. There's the Annihilation being utilized, trying to get onto the Brigida, who uses their shield bash to just get away. Now the Bob is used here by Regret. It gets extremely low, though, but the Blizzard as well catches on to absolutely no one. So Leslie doesn't get their ultimate utilized extremely well there at all. Pugs using their rally, trying to put pressure into the backline. Regret gets taken down by Andre's Bob. Code Red have made something out of nothing here.
Code Red managing to sustain and flip that without many ultimates there. Now Azent has got their Blizzard for this last fight. Coolmish is coming back with the Ramatra ult, but that Blizzard overtime, final point, that's going to be brutal to deal with, Harry.
It is going to be extremely brutal, Scary. It's just the Blizzard, though, for Code Red versus the Annihilation. There's the Blizzard being laid out early. It does catch on to Coolmish, who's already used their Annihilation. No one's on the point, though! They all just walk away! What?
Man, that's got to be disappointing. They backed off to avoid the May ult there, the Blizzard, but overtime, you have to have some sacrificial body on the cart just to contest. overtime, only 2 points, almost all the way, Harry, but not far enough.
Code Red had the Blizzard. They had the Blizzard. All they had to do was use it on point and then stay on it. What?
Coolmish's Ramatra was just an intimidation ult, I guess. It was just a spooky, thick, omnic boy, and they just ran for the hills, and there goes the cart.
I'm not going to lie, even Frozen, I would not go anywhere near a Ramatra in his big, punchy, killy form. Like, that's like finding a Transformer in the middle of Antarctica. Like, I'm staying the hell away from that.
Yeah, like, right now it might be frozen and static and not dangerous, but you know the danger is coming in a matter of time. That's got to be disappointing there, not catching that 3rd point. Very competitive back and forth, though. We did see the momentum being taken there from Code Red, but great defense there from 3-2-1 Inti on that last point.
Yeah, and if their defense is anything to go by, this attack could be deadly. Regret on the Widowmaker here is going to be doing a little jump shot, so we should definitely be watching out for that, because if they can find Azen early or Andre early, there's no damage really on the side of Code Red.
Yeah, and they're likely just predicting that Azen will be on the Pharah again. So looking for that pick. We'll see if they swap off of the Widow onto the Pharah after the pick or the not pick. Leslie on the Venture. So much damage playing around those corners. Once again, we have the Ramatra matchup.
Yeah, Regret didn't get their pick there, so they swap over to the Ashe, and the Mei comes out again. So they're just looking to bully the front line here, Scary.
Yeah, they are. And Leslie swapping off the Venture straight onto the Mei as well, going to be using that wall to isolate a player. Regret and Andre matching on the Ashe.
Yeah. Now, how did Code Red manage to hold them back here? Because if they allow too much space, it's just going to be a rush down. Well, I mean, that's one way to stop a push. Taking down your DPS player, yeah, that's an effective way of stopping a push there, as we see both teams now getting into the mix of a fight. As ODP just puts a lot of pressure on Coolmish there and forces it back out there for 3-2-1 Inti.
Yeah, for sure. Regret really needs to be in the back line and have that freedom and that space. Leslie, see you later. Environmental off the map.
Oh, no.
Unlucky. The ultimates for Code Red are so close to being online, and Inting does not have any to respond. This is going to be a difficult next team fight for 3-2-1 Inting.
They do have that orbital strike online, though, to get Scary.
They do, and especially with the speed, Coolmish has just been fragging heads with that punch, but Azen has got the Barrage almost online, and ODP with the Ramatra ult almost online. Coolmish not even halfway to what ODP is.
Yeah, Ravenous Vortex is being used from both teams. Now it's still just an early phase, but now the ultimates are going to get invested. But Andre already found Leslie early on in the fight. Regret trades back to get back onto Pugs here. So there's a healer for a DPS at the moment, but ODP is still going to invest their Annihilation. Pugs comes in, doesn't really find anything, but it's still going to put a lot of pressure down here as Azen cleans up onto Arc, and that should be a fight win here for Code Red, who are holding strong on this defense.
Yeah, Indy managed to get a tick there, but just the ult advantage from Code Red just won that fight. However, now Coolmish will have their Ramatra ult to engage with, especially with Ark's Brig on 3-2-1 Inting as well. That healing is going to keep the Ramatra alive throughout their ultimate. We do have the Orbital Strike and on the Juno ult on Code Red, as well as the Bob, so that could be used to contest the point a little bit longer if they need. 3-2-1 Inting need 2 more ticks, 1:45 on the clock.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult right now for 3-2-1 Inting. They need to try and find a way in. The speed rings there, just keeping the rest of 3-2-1 Inting at bay. But Regret, once again, finds Azen early. Now it's going to be Juno having to use their ultimate, the Orbital Strike coming in from the sky here, trying to keep the rest of the team in their fight. And there is the Bob, who gets the benefits of that Orbital Strike as well. Andre on the flank here, looking for the picks. Leslie going down to the Juno there of Code Red, as we see Andre get rushed down there by Coolmish, who invested the Annihilation as well. Now into the back line. ODP is going to fall. Pugs fell earlier, and this will be a fight win here for 3-2-1 Inting, as they'll take first point.
It will indeed, and Code Red just cannot let Regret have that freedom, because they're not missing shots when they're being left alone, especially because they're looking out for Azen's Pharah. And you're kind of in a rock and a hard place, because if you go for Regret, then Coolmish is running amok, punching your backline, and we saw that happen there. They've got 3 minutes on the clock to push this to the next point. We've got Eli. Ooh, Coolmish taking out the Juno. How did that happen?
Coolmish just walked through the castle and found the Juno sitting by itself. Now they have the advantage to heal up a healer. Regret, though, gets caught in the castle there by ODP, so it's a trade out 1-for-1. ODP, though, had to use their punch form early and is now getting pushed down here by Coolmish. Coolmich now having to back away as their punch form expires, but it's Leslie who gets the kill onto Andre now. The high ground being taken by Code Red, but they're without their Ash. They do still take down the Pharah, however.
Yeah, taking out the Pharah counterpart. Orbital Strike coming in, Harry.
Yeah, and it does mean that they're going to 3-2-1 inting here are going to be able to hold on to the high ground. Regret gets the pick onto Pugs there. It has to be a disengage coming in here for Code Red now. They can't continue to stagger players out, but they continue to do so.
I think this is just going to be another cap for 3-2-1 inting. They just got the picks there. They've got cart time the entire time. Coolmich bought them that space on the tank by being aggressive through the castle. And there we go. 3 minutes 40 on the clock for this last point.
Ooh, nice whip shot from Pugs there, taking out Leslie. Yeah, and that's, like you said, 3.5 minutes, Scary. That's a lot of time to try and hold just 1 point.
It's a lot of time. They do have 3 ultimates online, Code Red, if they need it, but Inting also has got almost 4 ultimates. Oh, there we go. ODP taking out Coolmich.
Coolmich gets caught out in the back line. Now it's a disengage coming in from 3-2-1 Inting, who they're coming up on some key ultimates here, Scary.
They are indeed. We've got the barrage from both teams. A little bit difficult indoors, especially when they're all grouped up, but that Brig rally is going to be so important to engage here, and as well as the Bob and Coolmich's Ramatra. This is just going to be a Q fest to see who wins. If Code Red do lose, they will be able to respawn and contest once again.
There's the barrage coming through. Doesn't catch on to anyone. Leslie's going to get taken down there from ODP. Regret, though, manages to find Aizen as well, who didn't use their barrage crucially. Now the annihilation comes through here from Code Red. ODP trying their best to hold on, but the Bob from Regret is really good. Forces ODP to disengage. Now it's going to be the Juno ultimate, the orbital strike coming down here from Code Red, as well as the Bob from Andre. Coolmich is going to get caught out here, and this is a fight win here for Code Red. They need to win a few more, though, if they're to look pretty on this map.
They do. 2.5 minutes is such a long time on this last point, and they don't actually have to cap. They can just win it straight out here if they get to that last point. Coolmich does have their Ramatra ult online to engage with, as well as Eli's orbital ray, and that combination we've seen just be so effective. Leslie, after that ult, I was waiting for the May swap, swapped immediately onto the May. We've seen that value from that May wall on these stroke points to the 3rd point. Ascent still has their barrage, only ultimate online for Code Red.
Yeah, this is going to be an absolute slobber knocker of a fight, although Regret has already found Azant as well. Again, the barrage not available for Code Red in this fight. It's going to be the Juno getting taken down, as well as Coolmich is just in the back line. They managed to find more. Azant comes back with the barrage, but just gets headshot, only taking down Eli. The point now, moving forward, 1.5 minutes left, Scary.
And they're going to have to exit the spawn doors into Coolmich's Ramatra ult. This is going to be so difficult. 3 on cart. They've got to get out and contest. The May wall shutting him down.
Yeah, the May wall keeps everyone off cart for a little bit, but Azant swapping over to the Juno manages to burrow their way over towards the point. Coolmich still existing in the back line, no putting pressure onto the support line here. Uses the annihilation, tries to get booped away there from Azant, who actually manages to do a pretty good job keeping their support alive, but ODP's already fallen down. Now the Bob comes in. It's the exclamation mark here for 3-2-1 inting, as Code Red will fall 2-0.
Great job from 3-2-1 inting. We just saw the value at the end there of Regret. When they had that freedom, they were just clicking heads. The tank battle, the Ramatra battle, so important there. They were able to contest with the Venture, but just not enough. Great job from 3-2-1 inting to take that series 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, just incredible work there from 3-2-1 inting. They look so cohesive on that brawl style composition. They got held for a little bit on that first point, but that second point was really where things started to open up for 3-2-1 inting, because Code Red just never seemed to really be able to regroup at all. They just continued to get staggered, they continued to get caught out, and it was really nice rotations coming out, especially from Coolmich on that Ramatra, who was just able to catch the backline lacking a little bit from Code Red.
The second a player on Code Red fell or got low health or had low cooldown, Coolmich just said, say less. All they wanted to do was hold W and just punch as much as they could. The second they had the opportunity, the window, they just took as much space as possible. Code Red would be kicking themselves with that C9. We had 10 players alive and just got off of the cart. This could have been another amazing overtime battle, but not to be today. 3-2-1 inting, more like 3-2-1 winning, in my opinion. Great job. Great job.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the perfect way to say it. 3-2-1 winning indeed. If we were to look, though, Scary, at our MVP for this particular series, who would you want to point towards? Because I mean, for me, it's really hard to look past Coolmish, who was setting the tempo for a lot of those fights.
In this game, I would have to say I agree. Coolmish had... they seemed like they were invulnerable. It seemed like they had 1,000,000 health, and they just walked past ODP's tank and just punched the backline consistently over and over and over again. And that was a massive factor in why they were able to win that fight there. What about an MVP for the first match, Harry?
I mean, I kind of gave it away a little bit in the first match, but I think it has to go to Diego. I think without the anti-nades from Diego, that becomes a really, really hard game to win for the side of, I believe, I'm now having a blank here. I believe that was avoided.
It was avoided. Yeah, the antis, every single fight they were getting, it seemed like 2 or 3, and multiple times, like you casted, they got 4 antis, and that's so brutal to deal with when you're engaging at the start of those team fights. And Diego's nano was built so fast, giving res the nano on the Ramatra, and then you just go forward with the annihilation. So I would agree. I would say Diego for the first map and Coolmish for the second map.
Yeah, I 100% agree with those statements. Fully 100% lock it in. But with that being said, I believe that is going to be coming to the end of our stream. We may have some standings and anything to look at here, because we did have other games being played and done throughout the night as well.
Yeah, we've got 20 teams playing every single round, so we were only able to cast 2 of them, unfortunately. That means 18 teams had battles in the background. This is the first day of the 3 seeding days, so no team is getting eliminated yet, but these are important matches to win to make sure you seed higher to have a better chance in the elimination finals. We are also very close, I believe, to giving away that premium battle pass. I don't know if it's closed yet. If you haven't entered yet, hashtag giveaway very, very quickly. That's going to be given away before the stream gets ended.
Yeah, that is indeed. And we unfortunately, not all the matches are done. So unfortunately, we won't be able to look at the standings right now. But there are a lot of teams who have come away from tonight with 2-0s across the board, really, and have not lost a game yet. So, I mean, it's really anyone's tournament still. It's still very early on here. Scary.
Yeah, we have 2 more days of the seeding, 2 more rounds before the bracket is decided on who is versing each other in the elimination. We have 4 teams at the top that have won 2-0, but we have so many teams in the middle ground that went 1-1 that are still waiting to be finished. So the majority of the teams in this event are still playing and are going to that 3rd map.
Yeah. Which is incredible. It's what we want. We want close games. We want to see really... I mean, we're not seeing the Overwatch, but we want the teams to enjoy really close and good Overwatch as well. So it's going to be interesting to see later on as the tournament progresses who starts to dominate and who starts to move up and forward.
Yeah, and if the majority of the teams are 1-1 and going to that 3rd map, obviously they're extremely competitive. But the 2-0s that we've casted today have also been competitive. There was not much in them back and forth. So even if it's a 2-0, it doesn't mean that it was a domination, doesn't mean that it was a stomping. It could have been 99% overtime like we've seen today. So this is a really well-balanced, really high-skilled competitive event that we have coming up. We have 4 more days ahead. Before we end the stream, we are going to be giving away that premium battle pass. And Harry, I think we should touch on the prizes, the giveaways once more, just to refresh the people watching.
That's right. Well, at the moment, we are going to be giving away our battle pass in the chat here. If you do hashtag giveaway, then you will be entered into that. And yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. The battle pass this time is actually really cool. There's a lot of cool skins to unlock in that giveaway, and the giveaway for night 1 has been done. The winner is Bin Genji. Well done to Bin Genji. You are the proud winner of the Ultimate Battle Pass for the season.
I got very excited there because I heard the word Genji and I was like, yes, my brother, you've won another Genji player. Then I heard the word Bin. What do you mean Bin Genji? Well, enjoy the Battle Pass, my friend. Do not Bin Genji. I want to see Genji.
Get Genji out of here. Do it. Just to spite him.
No, please, no. I want to see some Genji this tournament. Come on. Well, I think we're going to be seeing the combination of Ramatra, Mei, Juno, like pretty much all the time. That seems extremely meta at the moment and extremely difficult to deal with.
Yeah. Oh, Ramatra is just incredibly difficult to deal with. I mean, Ramatra's always been pretty hard to deal with anyway. And I mean, we also have to give away a best player of the day as well. And honestly, it's pretty hard to tell. There were some pop-off moments, but there weren't a whole lot of them, to be honest.
It's really hard to pick because almost every player had standout moments, had lots of impact in the game. If I was forced to choose, which I am, I think Coolmish at the end of that last fight there, just holding W with the aggression. I think he got 3 kills with that punch form at the end and then kind of just spawn camped him there. If I had to choose, I'd say that was the player of the match.
Yeah, you know, I'd have to agree. Honestly, it just showed the definition of what that match was throughout the series, of just Coolmish being able to get into the backline and do whatever they wanted and being able to provide value with that form. So I'd agree. I think that will be the play of the day, and it sealed out the series incredibly well.
Yeah, and I doubt that's going to be the last Ramatra play of the day that is chosen over these next 4 days, because Ramatra is seemingly kind of unstoppable now, especially with that speed boost from Juno.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I believe from us, that's all the housekeeping wrapped up. So we are going to be taking ourselves away now. We're going to be heading off for tonight. So firstly, I want to give a massive thank you to everyone who was involved in the production of tonight. Pie by Pie, obviously our producer here. We have the Blaze Ninja as well as our observer, and Abe as well, who's helping out behind the scenes, giving assistance as well. Massive thank you as well to Beppis and Sleep, who were running the lobbies and who have set up the code as well. And also, massive thank you to all the players who were on stream tonight and the viewers who came by to watch, because without you guys, obviously, this would be a lot less fun. We wouldn't have anyone here.
Yeah, we have 140 players that have signed up, so this is a very exciting moment for the OCE community. And also, a thank you to our sponsors for this event, Quokka, BC Custom Computers, True Apparel, and also Blizzard for providing those battle passes. But last but not least, also a big thank you to yourself, Harry, for being a wonderful co-caster as always. It was a lot of fun tonight.
And a massive thank you to you as well, Scary, because without you, this becomes a very lonely broadcast.
We have each other's company and beautiful, exciting games to go. We will be back on the 26th of the 9th, and then the 28th, the 5th, and the 6th. Those are the next 4 days coming up for this tournament. The next 2 streams will be seeding as well, and then the final 2 will be the elimination best of 5 and a best of 7 for the grand final.
Yeah, and I can't wait for that. That is going to be an absolute gem of a game. You'll definitely want to stick around throughout the duration of the tournament. But for now, have a lovely night, everyone, and we will see you next time.